All right, welcome back. Another week. Let's go through some setups and that I'm looking to trade, day traders. So making a video about this. I'll be making a video a couple days later, looking at the overly weekly outlook. So it's some setups that I see here possibly forming. And what I mean by setups, that if the setup holds, and I get confirmation, I get into a trade. However, if it gets invalidated, then no harm, no foul. So what I'm looking for, a lot of these pairs, when we left off Friday, we had a big drop. Okay, the USD United States had a good job report, so the market actually did an inverse reaction and it actually dropped. So I think a lot of people are going to be buying up. So the market is, I think on Sunday when it opens, the market is going to buy up. So what I'm looking for and what I think price is going to do. Um, I got this trend line here, so I think price is going to come and may retest this trend line, go down. I got this trend line here, which explains why price stopped here. So what I'm looking for price to do is I'm looking for, and this is a continuation pattern, which is the fib. I'm gonna be trading that, and I'm gonna be trading reversal. I'll show that example of reversal later. So this is the fib. I placed my fib starting on the highest point and the lowest point. This point we're going down, so I'm drawing the fib starting here, going down. Okay, and I'm looking for a retracement to the golden zone, to the 50 or the 61 level, and then if I get an engulfing candle, okay. If I get a bearish engulfing candle to the downside, um, I will get in. The reason why I'll wait to an engulfing candle on this particular trade, what is it? Why is it an engulfing candle? A engulfing candle is pretty much data letting you know that we got a lot of selling pressure to do, or if it's to the upside, we got a lot of buying pressure. So reason why is because in history of price, when price does this, what we can get is we can get a potential retrace to this point, and we can come back and we can hit liquidity at the top of this thing. That can happen when price has does this on these different pairs where we just have a sharp drop. Price will come back up, right? Retest the 50 or the 60, the 61, and then come back up and hit liquidity at the top, and then come back. Or what price could be doing, what price can do actually, what price can do is price could actually come up here and hit one of these, and then we can start to go into a different trend here. And so that's the purpose of a engulfing candle, is it keeps me safe. Let me go. I think I highlighted another example in here. Um, this is an example. I think this is an example. Yeah, this is an example. Okay, so this is an example in this pair, the AUD CAD, on Friday, October 10th, 2025, on a Friday, just like how it just happened Friday in his last drop. Very interesting. What happened is we had price, all right, start from up here, drive from the lowest point, and we went down because it's a downtrend. What we see to the golden zone, 60, 50, wait for price to retrace. And I waited. Once price retraced to this area, I'm waiting on a red candle to form next to a green candle, and that red candle to pretty much beat the green candle. So I'm looking here, as you can see here, you got to be very disciplined. Price never actually touched the 50, and that's something I'm gonna be waiting on, is confirmation, just being very patient. Uh, Price didn't beat it, I think, by like a pip. No trade. Like I need price to clearly reject this area. Like no trade whatsoever. Um, so um, I'm looking for that, but pretty much once it happened here. So once we touch this area, as you see, we no engulfing, no engulfing, no red, engulfing the green. Okay, we did get an engulfing here, but I need more volume than that. Like that story right there just doesn't really check out too much. Okay, boom, we got another red engulfing, another red engulfing the green. So, I mean, once we start getting two, most likely I'll probably enter into that trade. Especially when I started seeing stuff like this. So I would have probably entered to that trade like down here somewhere, and I would put my stop loss above here, and I would look here, and I would say, okay, boom. I would put my stop loss like really where it's at, kinda. As you can see here, what happened on this trade is a 1 to 2. At always at a 1 to 1. I got my one of my trades is going to hit TP. That's where I go heavy. And on my lighter trade, I like to get a 1 to 3. But again, once I'm in the trade right here, and I see an engulfing candle in the other direction, like right here. Like look at this doji. And then I get a green candle engulfing this. I would have most likely I'd have got out around here somewhere. Probably when I would have seen this doji right there, I would have been like, ooh, that's a doji. And I would have probably got out when this candle started. You know what I'm saying? So okay, I'm looking for basically to do the same thing, right? I'm looking for it to do the same thing. So we can either come here, do that, go there, or we can come all the way back down and ride this thing to liquidity, but definitely looking for that 1 to 1 to get hit. So you're gonna see that because this drop happened across multiple pairs. So you're gonna see that same scenario that I'm looking to take for that trade to play out Sunday night, Monday morning, really on London session. So it's an AUD CAD, AUD Chef. Same, I mean, it's kind of a continuation pattern on AUD Chef. Let me see. So as you can see here, price is doing its thing. Black consolidation. It's at the top. Here's at the bottom. Right. The thing is, when trading this thing here, when trading this thing here and waiting on that engulfing candle, the engulfing candle keeps you safe. It keeps you safe because when that engulfing happens, that's actually data from the charts letting you know that hey, like we're about to do like look at this engulfing candle. Like this is a big red engulfing this one. Like, okay, let's go back. Look at this engulfing candle. Big red engulfing that green, right? You can get in, put your stop loss above the last swing high, and just print it out, right? So it's data. It's data letting you know what's going to be happening in the future. So I'm looking for price to pretty much come, mark it up from we look like we got some rejection up here, came back, retested, rejected, put a fib on it, boom. And I'm looking for price to come back, retest this particular area, probably up here, wick out, give me an engulfing candle, and I can go ahead and take the trade to the downside. So it's AUD CHF, AUD USD, again, same thing, big drop. USD CAD, same thing, but in the opposite direction. Put a fib on it, go to the 50% area and looking for that thing to reverse to an engulfing. I am keeping tabs on like free range. Like that's why I got this range here. 100%. No, I'm sorry. I got this range here. Right? It's like 50 pip range, I think. Yeah. So 100%. Once price actually closing this range, like it's untested data to the left, we're just gonna go. And so what I'm doing is I'm keeping that in mind. Last week, the mistake I made is I put too much confluence on that, and I got in trades, and I just ignored a bunch of other stuff. So I'm not gonna do that this week. So USD Euro, same thing. Obviously, looking at some type of retracement, and I'm looking for it to follow the reversal, and I'm looking to get on my engulfing candle. That engulfing candle is going to keep me safe this week. Not getting faked out like last week and waiting on that confirmation. It's a confirmation candle. Okay, GPCHF. This is very interesting, right? So let's look at this one. So GPCHF. It's Great Britain Swiss franc. What happened is price made an indication. It shot from down here to up here on a higher time frame. So I think I did the 4 hour on this one. There we go, 4 hour. So in 4 hour, it said bink, right? It went from low to high. I put a fib on it, started at the lowest point because we're going up, start and go in that direction on the highest point. Once we came back to the 50, it didn't quite get the 50. But you see this engulfing candle. Now, remember early in the video, I said, once we get in a candle like this and we retest the zone, right, and they're getting a engulfing candle, if it's too big, what is that telling me? That telling me that price is going to come back and retest this area aggressively. And that's what happened. We came back, and if I put my stop loss down here, I got stopped out. Right? We came back, right? And you can't even get on it. Like once this candle, because you want to wait till a candle is like complete or near complete so you don't get wicked out. Once it finished strong like that, man, what you gonna like have that big of a stop loss, bro? Like that's a 34 pip stop loss. Nah, that's not happening. So one of the common things that I'm gonna be going through this week is I'm gonna be saying like, hey, this is not my trade. I think again last week I think I was just getting into trades because I wanted to get in a trade and I ignored a lot of stuff. So this right here, I don't think this would actually be my trade. And as you can see here, price came up, retested this zone, right, and sharply fell. Okay. So we sharply fell and we came down here. So what I'm looking at now, let me delete that, drop back to the 1 hour. What I'm looking at now, we see that off that engulfing candle, that is data, lets me know eventually we're going to come back and buy. And you see how we actually fought, came back, boom, we rejected, and we did reject off this zone here. All right. So if I actually was like paying attention, this is a trade that we could have got into. Once I had that rejection candle and this candle right here, I mean, it's not an engulfing candle right next to a red one, but this candle did engulf the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles. So I'm 100% going to go ahead and bing, I'll put my thing there, probably get in somewhere around this area. And I would have definitely been looking for price to 100% go up. So, however, that we didn't. So, what am I looking at now? I'm looking to play the correction off of this indication. So, boom, we shot up. I'm looking for this thing to correct a little more when market opens to this golden zone. If I can get that correction, what I'll be looking to do is place stop loss somewhere down here and just look for this thing really to just go, right? However, this is a zone that we rejected off of 1, 2, 3 times. So based off how things looking, this trade may not work out. It depends. It depends on what we do. We could come back all the way, right, and reject off this zone again. And if we do that, then this market is a chop, right? And how do we play the chop? All right, we buy at the bottom, we sell at the top. This is how we played the chop, right? Shout out to Big Daddy Max. All right, so that I'll be looking to do that. I mean, I don't know, because I'm very disciplined this week. I don't know if I would play the chop, honestly. I'm not playing a chop this week. If I'm gonna stick to a reversal or a continuation with a fib, if that don't work out, I'm good, bro. So USD, same thing. Euro CAD, same thing. Explained already, same thing. So let's just see how these things play out. Now, when I started talking about a reversal, you see over and over again, I'm drawing my fib, whatever. What is a reversal? Okay, let me pick a random one. Let me pick a random, completely random here. GU. No, let's pick Euro USD. And let's look for a reversal. All right, so this is a reversal. This is an uptrend. Okay, boom. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw this here. Just let you know, because I'm not replay mode, so I'm gonna have to when I change time frames, I'm gonna have to go back. All right, so what we got here? We got price on an uptrend. We came and we pretty much on an uptrend here. Okay, we got a low, we got a high. I mean, that's like minor structure. You can ignore that, right? Um, and then we got a low, and then as you see here, we started failing to actually break a high. So we didn't continue on this uptrend, right? So now got a higher low, came back, boom, we broke structure because no. We didn't break structure yet. So this right here, this is the last highest high, which means this low is the last valid low. Anything, anything that happens between this is a structure beneath, a minor structure. Until we break out of this, then we're back on this one. So you could like drop down to the 5 minute time frame and trade all this, but this right here is what you would call a no trade zone, unless you want to trade minor structure. So what I would have done on this particular play is I would have waited until price, because this is the last higher high, I would have waited till price retest this, break and retest this last valid low. So above is a buy, above is a buy, below is a sell. So when I seen price would actually come, I would more so be looking for price to retest this area here. I would most likely drop to a lower time frame, like on a 15, and try to get more detail. All right. So okay. So how I would have did this is I would have, like, see that little wick there? I would have put the wick there, and then boom. That would have been my zone. So I'm waiting for price to come and retest the zone. So once price came, did a little consolidation at the zone, which is a sign that it's about to do something. Once I would have seen this, once I would have seen this inverted hammer, which is like clearly a reversal pattern, and I would have seen that red, and that red looking like what they call three white soldiers or whatever. Once I would have saw that, and then price would have came and hit me with a lower high. That right, like this right here, is letting me know that we are rejecting this particular area. So after seeing something like that, I'm like, okay, I don't really have an engulfing candle, but if I go in a different time frame, I'm pretty sure this would be an engulfing candle. So either I can get in or I can wait. Let's say, for example, as I said, if I would have waited and then I would have seen another candlestick, price did this. So what we got here is we got an inverted hammer, right? Um, I think that's an inverted hammer. Let's see, inverted hammer. Yep, that's an inverted hammer. I'm right. All right, so that's an inverted hammer, and then we got a low, then we got a lower high, and then prices boom, prices broke for a continuation. Okay, so most likely I would have been like, all right, this is good enough for me. Once we'd have broke that point, probably put it in right there, and then I would try to get like a little 1 to 3, bada boom, bada bing, such and such. So that's reversal. See, I love reversal. That's fun. I know this video gonna be long, but let's get another one. I like reversals. Reversals are fun. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Here's a reversal. It's a little ugly, but we don't discriminate. We love the ugly children. Let's see. So what are we looking at? Let's go. This is not clear, so let me go to a different time frames to try to make it clear. Um, all right, here we are. So we got a little consolidation. mixed in with it, right? Very interesting. So as you can see here, what price did, price came, boom, 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 and we started consolidating this area, right? And then price, boom. Okay, so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the lowest low, which is, I guess, right here, and I'm looking at that high, which is here. Okay, so price came, did a little consolidation dance, and boom. So on this reversal, because we're consolidation, I need price to break outside of this consolidation box and give me what they call in trading a last kiss, right? So it's all this is adding up, right? So once price come, we broke and I get an engulfing candle. See, we got a rejection candle here, but we didn't get an engulfing candle. So that engulfing candle keeps you safe from crap like this. Okay, no engulfing candle. Okay, come back down. No green engulfing candle. Okay, come back down. No green engulfing candle. Okay, come back. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a bunch of reject because look, it's all telling a story. You got to look at the whole story, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections. Good line of support. And what do you see here? We see this green candle finally engulfed this little red piece of thing here. So what I would do is I would get in at this point in time. Once I see price starts to finish up here, I will wait. Like say if this is a 30-minute, I'll wait until like the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes of this candle. Once I see it start to print up here, I'm like, all right, let me get in. And then I'll pretty much come and I'll put my stop loss like right here. And I would try to go for like a nice 1 to 3, right? It's a little bit bigger of a stop loss, but I mean, I just keep myself safe because we got some consolidation down here, right? We got nice support down here. We retested this zone that I'm interested in. So, say a price came, right? My 1-to-1. Tell me why you're the greatest dancer. My 1-to-1. All right, so boom, price came into a little bit of red. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have took this trade because again, that it's a big one. But you know what? Because that candle is so big, again, I'm just like these big candles, man. On these engulfing candles, if it's too big, price got to come back. I would probably wait for the retest, honestly. I would wait for the retest. I'm like, okay, based off what I'm looking at. All right, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Where's the lowest point here? Where's the highest point here? Okay, boom, 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 boom. I probably would have been like, all right, let me go back to the 1 hour time frame. This is how I would have played this joint. I wonder why. All right, so I see it a little clearly. This is a low, this is a high, right? I would have been like, all right, price came, made me a low, wicked out, came a little bit, retested as a low, boom, shot up. So this last low is high. I would have just like, you know what, I'm gonna draw another zone. If this is not my trade, it's not my trade. If it's my trade, it's my trade. So I came here and then boom. Once we would have retest, made another higher low, right? And then once this candle right here, this green candle, we just engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We just engulfed the last 10 candles. I mean, you can read about that strategy in Naked Forex. This is a book called Naked Forex. So boom, once we get like right there, I'd have been like, all right, much better, much better trade. All right, this video has been way too long.